There was a time when the kitchen smelled of strong coffee, fresh bread, and the quiet determination to make a little stretch a long way. Families gathered around wooden tables, using whatever they could find to fill empty bellies during the hard years of the Great Depression. These meals weren't fancy, but they were born out of resilience and love. Today, we're looking back at 10 Depression-era foods that have vanished from the family table. 1. Hoover Stew. Named after President Herbert Hoover, Hoover Stew was a common meal in government relief kitchens. It was nothing more than macaroni, hot dogs, canned tomatoes, and sometimes beans, all stewed together. Children lined up with tin bowls to get their share, and though it wasn't gourmet, it filled hungry stomachs. As times improved, families left behind this reminder of poverty, and it slowly faded from memory. 2. Vinegar pie. When sugar, fruit, and butter were scarce, families turned to vinegar pie. A splash of vinegar gave the dessert a tart flavor, standing in for lemons. Sweetened with what little sugar folks had, it became a poor man's custard pie. Today, it survives in old recipe books, but you won't find it on many menus. 3. Milk toast. Soft, warm, and comforting. Milk toast was exactly what it sounded like: bread soaked in milk, often sprinkled with sugar or cinnamon if available. It was cheap, easy to make, and gentle on the stomach. For many children, this was a bedtime treat or even breakfast. Over time, as cereals and packaged foods took over, milk toast disappeared. 4. Dandelion salad. Before supermarkets overflowed with produce, people picked dandelion greens from their own yards. Tossed with vinegar or bacon drippings, it was a free source of vitamins during hard times. Some families swore by its bitter bite and swore it kept you strong. Today, dandelions are treated more as weeds than dinner. 5. Cornmeal mush. Cornmeal mush was boiled cornmeal poured into a pan to set, then sliced and fried the next day. It could be eaten with molasses for sweetness or with gravy for a hearty supper. Farmers especially leaned on it since corn was cheap and easy to store. As instant cereals and boxed meals came along, mush fell out of favor. 6. Prune pudding. Prunes were inexpensive, shelf-stable, and widely available. Cooked down with sugar into a thick pudding, they became a Depression-era dessert staple. School children often groaned at the sight of it, but for many it was the only sweet treat they saw all week. Once fresh fruit became affordable again, prune pudding disappeared. 8. Potato pancakes, survival style. Not the crisp golden latkes we think of today, but thin potato cakes fried in whatever fat was on hand. Sometimes they were mixed with onion or just plain starch to stretch the meal. They were eaten morning, noon, and night when meat was too costly. Today, their humble version has been replaced by richer recipes. 9. Mock apple pie. This clever dish fooled the taste buds. Made with Ritz crackers, sugar, and spices, it mimicked the flavor of apple pie when apples were too expensive. The crackers softened in syrup, creating a surprisingly convincing filling. While it was once a symbol of ingenuity, the idea of a pie without apples faded once real fruit returned to tables. 10. Depression-era casseroles. Casseroles became the art of combining odds and ends: bits of pasta, vegetables, canned soup, or leftover bread. Each family had their own version, and nothing ever went to waste. They weren't pretty, but they stretched meals for large families. Today's casseroles are richer and creamier, a far cry from their lean ancestors. These dishes tell the story of a generation that endured hunger with creativity and grit. Though many of these foods have vanished, they remind us of the strength found in simple meals and shared tables. Which of these Depression-era foods surprised you most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we bring more memories back to life.